Auntie, would you describe yourself as a modern woman?
No.
How would you describe yourself? Because you've said you're not traditional. So
I would say I'm a traditionalist.
Okay, what does that mean?
That means that I'm not a virgin.
Okay.
And I'm having loads of sex. And I still know my place. But I would say that if I was a virgin and I was with the same person and I was married, I'm traditional. I'm not. I'm just an old bird with traditional values.
How do you feel? Do you feel like over a certain age, modern women cannot have traditional outcomes anymore?
I had the same conversation today with him indoors. And it was just like they get to this age after being so modern and they hit like the 35s and they think, you know what, it's not working for me. I want to be traditional. But then the men that are out there that want traditional, they don't want them because the women are coming with this modern values trying to be traditional, and you know what? You either got it or you ain't, and you can't mix the two. You cannot mix the two. And women are out there, they're too busy trying to be modern but traditional, but no, they're not even trying to be like a normal woman with traditional values. They want to be modern and traditional, and they're going to clash. Okay. They're going to clash because the two can't work together. No matter what they say, it can't work. I'm telling you, it cannot work. You cannot be modern and traditional at the same time. Modern is all about, look it up in the dictionary. Modern is all about me, 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 me. Traditional is about us, the village, and raising everybody together. So you can't turn around and say, oh, I'm going to be modern. It's all about me and I'm going to do traditional, because it does not work. It's impossible. You're fooling yourself if you think you can be modern with traditional values. If I turned around and I said, oh, I'm a traditionalist and I'm going to be modern, I'm going to go out there, I'm going to get my nails done, I'm going to wear a miniskirt, I'm going to get my hair done, I'm going to get makeup on they're thinking, you're kidding yourself. Look at her, old woman. Do you know what I mean? Or mutton dressed as lamb. They're not going to accept it from a traditional old person like me trying to be modern. So why do they think it's going to work the other way around? It don't.
Yeah.
How do you feel like we can return? Do you think there is any returning to traditionalism for modern women? Like, is there any way they can do it?
No, forget about modern women. I want to start on my grandchildren's age and the children, because there's no hope for them. The only thing I can do is all the modern women, you try and sort yourself out for your children and raise the next generation, because these people now, they're lost. They're lost. They're fighting against themselves. They're fighting to hold on to something that is not good for them. It's proven that it's not good for you. So all this modernness that they want, it's not working. There's nothing wrong with being traditional. And the thing is, it only hits them when they get to a certain age and they think, you know what, shit, I've got this, I want this, I want this. And where's the man?
Oh, can I say
something? Do you think most men are traditional?
Yeah. I think deep down they are. Deep down in the backbones of the men, they are. But it's finding a woman that would work with them. And the men are too busy trying to bend to this modern woman rather than dash them and leave them.
Do you think from all cultures or specific
cultures? All cultures. Before you can say it's the people in, it's spreading. It's like the plague. It's like a modern plague. Or even places where you think it's not going to happen, all of a sudden, they got people on Instagram and they live in a village back wherever it is, and you can see them and they're doing the dances and everybody wants to. No. It's leaking into society, and if we don't stop it now, you're gonna end up with a mess, really, because sooner or later there are gonna be no children being born. They're going to be cutting down. There are going to be no children being born because the modern women are going to be too old to breed. And then the people that they want don't want them. And men, quite happily, after a certain age, they're going to think, you know what? I've got to the age where I don't want no crying kids in my head. I'd rather just chill, have my own place, live off my own wealth and forget about it. So I think now we need to work on the children that are in school now, because what we're showing them now is wrong. And the thing is, the modern woman knows it's wrong, and rather than turn around, like me, I have messed up my whole life. I'm not going to turn around and say, oh, yes, I've had a perfect relationship. Oh, yes, I've had a perfect life. But you know what? If I can avoid somebody else going through the crap that I have, I'm going to try my hardest. But too many people are out there, and rather than say, you know what, I've learnt this, I'm going to pass it down. They're not passing it down. They're making it look as if it's all right. And I don't understand that, because if it's not working for you, why not pass it on to the next generation so they can see that it's not working?
But you know what? Just to say quickly, the solution is not really going back to traditionalism. The solution is instilling people with self-love so that they can value themselves and find the right people for
does that
them.
even mean?
Modern women are obsessed with themselves. Look at fucking Instagram.
But that's
They're obsessed.
There's a difference. There's obsession and there's like seriously true installation of confidence and self-love. And what I mean by that,
self-love is modeling.
That doesn't mean anything. What are you talking about?
I'll tell you what it means. You want me to tell you what it means?
Okay. Tell me what it means.
Okay.
2 sentences
No
or
stress.
less.
Self-love means that you are able to understand what you're good at, what you're bad at, what is ugly about you, which means that when you go for somebody, you're not going to let somebody make you feel less than, and you're not going to go for somebody that is way more than you. So you go stand in your lane.
But
That's
modern women love themselves so much that they think they deserve the
This
men
goes
that
to
they...
men
No,
and
modern... Wait,
women.
stop. Modern women love themselves so much that they think they deserve the men that they sleep with, even though those men do not commit to them.
Do you think,
And then they come back and scream trauma.
do you think that the women that are showing off on social media doing a lot of these things, they think that's self-love, or is that actually a lot of insecurity?
I think it's narcissism. I think most modern women are very narcissistic. They're usually obsessed with themselves. They think that they're tense. They think that they're special.
And narcissism comes
when
from?
you're literally average.
Narcissism comes from insecurities.
No, I would disagree.
Yes.
I would
it doesn't.
No.
Freud-
The
No,
narcissist is an
fair.
extremely insecure person who feels rejected by the
I
world.
think this is
condition.
I think this is modern women babble, where they try to psychoanalyze everybody. And
Boys,
they think
check
they're-
out
they
what
think-
narcissism means.
Stop.
Yes.
They think that they psychoanalyze everybody, and they think that they're a therapist, and they think that they're a psychologist, and they can just psychoanalyze. Narcissists literally think they're better than everyone. They think they're perfect. They can do no wrong.
it's a front.
Thank you.
It's not a
It's-
No, it's a
not-
No, trust me,
psychological
trust me.
condition.
I
There's
am-
literature on this.
No,
You're just
and it
making
is
stuff up
Freud.
right now.
No,
Everybody
I'm not.
read Freud for
Yes.
narcissism. It is not insecure, baby. That person is very knows who they are.
No,
Do
they
you know the
they know
definition
their-
of do you know
their
the
gifts.
definition of a narcissist?
I like the fraud
It's
thing.
literally a clinical
No,
condition.
Freud.
Educated
I
like
did.
that.
I
And
did
you're like,
that
you're
in
like,
my
screw the
private
definition. I think it's insecurity because that would mean you're right. I think it's need to be right now.
school. Excuse me.
It's need.
Okay,
need to
a
be right.
narcissist, a person who has an excessive interest or admiration of themselves.
It is not insecurity.
Where does it stem from?
Okay,
Any
It needs to be
psychologist.
right.
You can ask
I-
the individual
here-
person.
I went deep into research about narcissism because I was really interested
Okay,
at
but
one
like
point.
this, like right here, this is a narcissistic trait. Like this interaction, because you think you know the definition better than the actual definition. You're like rewriting words so you can be right.
Well, no, I'm not. Go search for it and go for all the psychology journals. You tell them the narcissist starts from youth, where actually
What
they're going
psychology
through
journal?
so many.
Which
So
one?
many. I don't even know what to tell you.
Which one?
When I was going through my
Instagram.
abuse,
Which one?
just Google.
TikTok.
How narcissists. Just put like how narcissists like come
Spiritual
about.
world.
Just write that.
YouTube
Just write that
documentaries.
and go check. And actually, narcissism actually stems from the fact that the child either was ignored when they were young, and so they did everything to come from attention, or
Okay.
it literally.
Okay,
it
this is from Mayo Clinic. Do we agree? Mayo Clinic, yes or no? How do we feel about Mayo Clinic?
I don't think so.
Mayo Clinic.
Mayo
as a
Clinic
panel.
feels a bit
Good,
like you could
good.
Wikipedia.
7 out of
I'm a
Okay.
scientist. I will take it with a pinch of salt. Go on.
I can pick a different one though.
It's
That's
not
the first one
peer-reviewed.
That came up.
Okay.
That was just the first one.
Yeah.
Symptoms: have an exaggerated sense of self-importance, have a sense of entitlement, and require constant excessive admiration. Oh, actually, go through this. I want you to think of if these describe modern women.
Okay.
Like as I go through these. Expect to be recognized as superior even without achievements that warrant it. Exaggerate achievements and talents. Be preoccupied with fantasies about success, power, brilliance, beauty, or the perfect mate. Believe that they are superior and can only associate with equally special people. Monopolize conversations and belittle or look down on people they perceive as inferior. Expect special favors and unquestioning compliance with their expectations. Take advantage of others to get what they want. Have an inability or unwillingness to recognize the needs and feelings of others. Be envious of others and believe others envy them. Behave in an arrogant or haughty manner, coming from a conceited, boastful, and pretentious, insist on having the best of everything. For instance, the best car, office, etc. Did that describe modern women?
Yep.
That sounded like she said. That sounded like somebody really insecure. Exactly.
A little bit, but no. A little bit, but no. All I wanted to say is
Gotcha.
that it sounds y'all need to
Also, causes: environment, genetics, neurobiology. Environment: mismatches in parent-child relationships, either with excessive adoration or excessive criticism that is poorly attuned to the child experience. Genetics: inherited characteristics. Neurobiology: the connection between the brain and behavior and thinking. Risk factors: narcissistic personality affects more males than females. Doubt it.
No. I was about to say that. I'm so sorry for
Go ahead.
interrupting you. All I wanted to say is that it sounds like the modern woman, but it sounds like the modern woman who's trying to catch up with the man.
Oh,
That's what it sounds to me. Do you understand? Because that's meant for you. Men that run companies, whatever, have they lift a finger, male privilege, white privilege. You understand? Like,
you think men that run companies don't have to lift a finger?
No. I'm just saying.
Crazy.
Well. I don't. They may not work as hard as well.
They do.
I said May.
Oh, girl.
I said May. It depends.
Have you met these men?
No, we have now have to look at the companies. Okay, I'm talking. Let's say the man of say 50, 60 years ago. The modern woman of today is trying to catch up with that man.
Of 50, 60 years ago.
Yeah, the one that was very pompous, full of himself, like the characteristics you read.
Mm-hmm.
What I see is not current men, because also what's funny is that we started this conversation saying what's wrong with the man, and then we now look at the woman and what's faulty with her. And that's what's funny here. That's what I'm trying to say. So it's like the woman is faulty, but who's the woman trying to emulate? She's trying to catch up with the man.
So really, the women just need to know their place. Now, they're women, they're not men, and they can't catch up with men, and they need to, as they say, hold their own lane and be women and allow the men to be men.
Yeah, but when we say be in their lane, people should not get offended by in your lane does not mean in the kitchen. You understand? In your lane doesn't mean in the house. In your lane could be like, okay, if you know that engineering is not for a female field, leave it for the man. Go find your field. That is the lane. That's
Why
like
is
find
I wouldn't
find
say
what
that.
you prosper in.
I wouldn't
Sorry?
say that.
Yeah, but don't complain
definitely
about
No.
it.
But what I'm saying, stay in your lane. She's saying like understand your position. Don't overplay your position, and that
Yeah.
is valid for everybody in life, not just male or female.
I think when a unique period of time where I think because of everyone being able to work, I think we really need to like readdress how we relate to each other as men and women.
Exactly.
So I wouldn't as much say like people should stay in their roles and etc. But I really think there needs to be like a really conscious effort to kind of rebalance that relationship, because it's not the 1960s anymore.
But
Like
you know,
So the
I think-
rebalance
but you
means
know-
still restructuring those roles. So
but
you
you know
know your
something-
I agree with
position.
you on a level, yeah.
Is-
But you know, the only
sorry.
difference is that years ago, everybody was happy as they are.
No,
Now, listen. You weren't born years ago. I was.
I don't buy
Right.
it.
Well, can I finish?
You were not
Right.
there. Were
You weren't
there?
born.
Yeah, but I don't buy
You
it.
weren't
If we
born.
wouldn't be here, no?
She's
You
not
weren't
even
born.
being selling it. Let her finish.
You weren't born.
Okay.
Years ago, one wage would have kept a whole house. That's what people fail to realize. One wage would have kept a whole house. So the men went out and worked, and the women stayed home, done their side hustles, and the women ran the house. Then all of a sudden, they wanted bigger houses. They wanted bigger. So then it took two people to go and work. The difference is that two people can work and still have those same roles. And when people think about men having their roles and women have their roles, I worked. My other half worked. I would say like we have pink jobs and blue jobs. But he cooks better than me. If he comes home first, he's going to cook. It doesn't diminish his role as a man.
Thank you.
And it's all about cooperation. And that's the only difference between then and now, is that one wage could have kept a whole household. Now the way things are changing, the way things are moving, you need two wages. But because now you need two wages, it doesn't mean that you're equal. Somebody still has to lead. But the women are thinking, oh, I earn my own money now and he owns his own money, so all these rules are outdated. No. I don't think they're outdated. I just think that you still need to work together and you can still have those roles. There's people out there that have got married that have still got traditional values. They're bringing in two wages and they make it work because they each know their roles. And because they are traditional, like from the start, not like, oh, I'm going to be a modern woman, then all of a sudden I'm going to forget that I'm not a virgin and get married and I'm traditional. I'm talking about the ones that are traditional from the start, like get married and work it out. And I know a few young people like that, like your age and a bit older, that are married with children and they both work, but they still have traditional roles. They still have traditional roles.